Welcome Grade 1 and Grade 2 families. My name is Karen Lynch, and today on behalf of the Grade 1 and Grade 2 teachers, I'll be sharing with you a little bit about our home reading program. We have developed this home reading program to align with what is being explicitly taught within your child's classroom. We also wanted a program that would enhance what we know as educators in developing a child's reading brain. As children begin to read, a new pathway needs to be developed in the brain, which is called the reading circuit. This reading circuit has children matching speech sounds they already know to print and to the meaning of words. To develop this pathway and to make it become strong and effective, it needs a lot of rehearsal and repetition. Developing skills from beginning skills right through to advanced skills. Our aim of this program is to also build really strong partnerships between school and home. We know that when students know that we're working together towards a goal and towards certain skills, they step up and really come to the table wanting to learn and to improve their knowledge and skills. This program has been developed with 4 elements in mind. We will work with the 4 elements at school daily, and then the reading folders will be coming home to you as parents to continue that work overnight and for students to really showcase what they're learning at school as well with your support. Throughout this video, I would like to delve into what the reading program looks like, each of the 4 elements. We're going to talk a little bit about shared reading, what to do to help your child when they get stuck, and then also the responsibilities of the student throughout this program as well. So let's delve in to element 1. The first element is called phoneme work. Phoneme simply means sound. So we're working with sounds with our students. What you're going to do first is you're going to point to the little dot underneath each of the letters. This is called a sound button. You will point your finger on that sound button and ask your child to tell you the sound that it makes. For example, you put your finger on the first one, you'll hear your child say ks, and then move across to each of the boxes, listening for the correct sound. We really encourage you to practice this several times and also out of order. Once we have completed our sound work, we move on to element 2. Element 2. Blending phonemes into words. This is the next stage in the reading process. Phonemes or sounds can be blended into words, and if your child can automatically recognise specific sounds, they can begin to blend, stretch and segment these to read short words. When reading these words listed, your child needs to point under each phoneme where the little sound dot is and say the sound. Then they'll need to slide their finger on the line provided under the word and stretch each phoneme into a word, like this. Let me do the first one for you. Now sliding our finger under the word, skunk. If you hear your child do it like this, sk, ask them to do it again and see if they can slowly push all the sounds together by turning on each sound as they move across without stopping, like this. Now we say the whole word, finger under the line, skunk. By stretching and smooth blending the word, it enables a student to be able to catch that word with ease. If you find your child errors here, it is a good opportunity to model that smooth blending by doing it and then asking them to have a turn and model exactly what you have done. Keep practicing these words in order again and then out of order. Element 3 is heart words. Heart words are simply words that we need to learn by heart. These words are words that students will frequently come across when reading. They also contain complex sounds or groups of sounds that your child may not have been taught yet. We need to practice these so they become automatic when we see them to enable students to really gain fluency as they read more connected texts. Each night you need to practice these words until they are quickly and automatically learned upon sight. These words have been selected as they are words that have already been taught in the classroom, and they are also words that are going to appear in their decodable texts and books. Once your child can read them, test them out of order and see if they can do it with speed. We're at our fourth and final element of our reading program, which is reading and decoding sentences and passages. Now that we've rehearsed our sounds, our blending of words, we've covered over our heart words as well, we're now ready to read these passages. These sentences provide the children opportunities to apply their sound knowledge and their word reading skills. Every word in these texts can be decoded, as in sounded out, apart from the heart words. As your child reads, you're really listening to see if they are saying the sounds, catching the word, and joining the sentences together, supporting them the whole way through. When your child has read a sentence, ensure that they're reading their punctuation correctly, stopping at full stops, taking a breath at a comma. Are they showing expression when they read a question or come across an exclamation mark? These are all skills we're wanting to build through our decodable passages and sentences. We also leave this text in all week, and for repeated readings of texts enable students to continue to practice and rehearse skills, build fluency and automaticity with words. This is a really good opportunity on second and third readings of text to model some of that really expressive reading and how the author has intended those passages to be read. So enjoy reading these with your child. We know that reading to begin with can sound a little clunky, but with repeated readings, we do see students become a little bit more fluent as they move through the different texts. As educators, this is a question we get asked all the time. How can I help my child when they get stuck? We will be providing each of the students with this bookmark here. If I get stuck, don't guess, because we know there are many more better strategies to do than just have a guess and keep going. So refer to this when your child is reading. It's really good tips for you to ensure they're doing some of those really good reading skills that we've spoken about. So the first one is point to the word. We want students tracking as they read. The next one says look closely at all of the letters, then say the sounds all the way through, blend the sounds together to say the word. We quite often say in our classroom, say the sound, read the word, all right? And also we want to be able to push all the sounds together and do that smooth blending I modeled earlier, and making sure that students aren't just decoding and going on. We want them to decode and then say the word. And finally, we want them to think about, did that make sense? We want them to attend to the meaning of the text and ensure when I decoded, does that go with what the sentence is trying to tell us? And that also might be a question, oh, did that word kind of make sense when you decoded that? Maybe we need to have a look at it again. If you go through each of these strategies and your child is still stuck on a word, it might be that your child is blending and they're not saying all the sounds, or they forget the first sound and they're just blending the last bit together, or they might be adding a sound in. This is an opportunity for you to model that smooth blending to your child. So I would be saying, listen to the sounds as I blend. Can you catch the word? Something like this. If I was doing the Sam on the start of this text, I'd be going, Sam. What word can you hear? And hopefully they'll pick up and say Sam. If not, model to them, tell them the word, and then even get them to have a go as well. If you come across a heart word in a text and the child gets stuck and isn't sure what it is, I would just quickly say that word there is that and keep moving. This will maintain meaning for them. You're not stopping for too long. Those words are there just to connect all the text together as they're decoding and just keep moving on throughout the text. Quite often, a lot of our books will have little pages on the back where you can actually run through the heart words and some of the sounds. I would definitely suggest that you also do that with your child. Now that we've gone through each of the 4 elements and we've given you some tips about how to help your child if they get stuck, I just want to go through what it looks like in a week and what you will be doing at home each night with your child. So here is our reading weekly routine. So on Monday and Tuesday nights, you'll be working through each of the 4 elements. You'll be doing your phoneme work, blending sounds into words, heart words, and reading and decoding passages. Those passages you'll be doing both the Monday and Tuesday night. On Wednesday, your teacher will place a decodable text within your child's reading folder, and this is for them now to practice and have repeated reads of that decodable text on Wednesday and Thursday night. Then on Friday, reading folders will come into school and stay at school, and that night and over the weekend, you'll be doing shared reading, and I'll talk a little bit more about shared reading and what that might look like. Reading folders will need to come to school each day, and then they will stay in the classrooms over the weekend. We'll also use these folders at school and practice the phonemes, words and sentences, and to enable teachers to really focus on how the students are going and to actually spend some time conferencing and setting goals with each student. You will also start to notice once we get further into the program that you will see the teacher has highlighted sections of their phoneme, blending words, heart words in their books. If something is highlighted, the teacher has highlighted that because they have mastery of that and they don't require any more practice. Anything that is unhighlighted, we highly recommend that you practice these on a daily basis. So once we start building these folders up, you'll have several sheets in there. You can go back, practice the things that are unhighlighted, and then onto the new work for that week. Also, at the front of the reading journal, there is a reading log where you simply just sign off each night so we can sort of track and see how children are going as well. Let's talk about shared reading. Shared reading is so important as it enables children to hear good model reading and to develop a love of reading. This happens when they listen to others read to them out loud. The opportunity to hear fluent readers use expression and to be exposed to new vocabulary they cannot read yet themselves plays an important role in reading skill development. It can also be a really special time for your family in a nightly routine or something that you might share over the weekends and when you have time together. It also is an opportunity when we take long car trips to enjoy audiobooks together and to really delve into longer texts with your children. Listening to stories being read to them not only develops their oral language skills, but also builds on their listening comprehension skills. It is a really nice routine to build into your family, and your children will certainly benefit from all the shared reading and read aloud sessions you provide them. Now that we've covered the whole reading program, let's just go through a couple of little reminders. First of all, reading folders come to school each and every day. Take-home books will come home on a Wednesday, and these are to be read on Wednesday and Thursday night and returned in your child's reading folder on Fridays. Any sounds, blending words or heart words not highlighted in your child's reading folder should be revised on a daily basis. Please send your child's blue satchel into school if you have not already. Our reading folders will go to and from school inside these satchels. If you do not have one, please head to the uniform shop and you can purchase one there. If you have any questions about our reading program, anything that you might be struggling with or do not understand, please come and speak to your classroom teacher. We're more than happy to help you overcome any of the issues or concerns that you may have. And please, last of all, enjoy sharing stories with your child and building this routine with your family. And thank you so much for partnering with us as we share this reading journey together.